Yo, okay. So, hi. Today we're doing a bit of a different video. As you can see from the title, this is my friend. Yes, I have friends. Big surprise, right? Anyway, so he's gonna be telling some stories he had from summer camp. Right, Splat?
Yep.
Alright, so that's
I'm
what
just laughing thinking of these stories. So absurd.
Alright, just start this up. I'm going to Holly Hedges.
Okay, so also trigger warning on this, just in case you don't like anything involving like Bloody Mary or something. Click off the video because I don't want this to upset you.
I mean,
also,
it's not that bad. I've heard the story already. It's not that bad, trust me.
But okay, so each of us at our summer camp did the Bloody Mary challenge. You know, you say Bloody Mary 3 times in a mirror. Don't do this if you don't want to be scared. But also, what happened was, so the next day, everything was stacked on top of each other. There was Kool-Aid everywhere. The girls' cabin had pranked us, but no one actually knew. We thought the counselors pranked us because the counselors were actually in on the first prank, was setting up a Bluetooth speaker in the bathroom, so whenever we went in there, it would play a girl screaming sound effect. Anyway, our counselors were pranked. But also, this one kid thought blood was white, and the reason why this implies to the story is because there was soap that spilled on the floor. And he thought it was blood, so he licked it. And the counselor looked over and said, "What are you doing?" And he just said, "Oh, this is blood." And he's like, "No, that is soap." And he said, "No, blood is white." And I'm like, just sitting here going like, blood is not white. And
like, I wouldn't be surprised if someone said blue, but like, white?
Yeah, because you're, and he's like, "Oh yeah, blood's white." And all of us are sitting here, and I'm like, what?
Like, this kid's crazy. Like, what is wrong with this kid? Who is he?
And then my
summer camp?
And then, so the next day, he like tried to convince everyone that blood was white, and he cut himself to find out. And
that's a stupid plan.
And so it was red. So he got a Band-Aid.
Why is this kid cutting himself?
And everyone laughed at him, and we all laughed at him.
Yep, that's very fair. I wouldn't even like feel bad for the guy.
Oh, in the next story, Big Mac hasn't heard this one. The next story I'm gonna say after this one, Big Mac has heard. This one, this dude tried to convince us his dad was a monkey.
What the fuck?
I know. It's like, and we got to pick like different classes to do, and he picked the forest safety class.
Oh Lord.
And when we're in there, he just randomly said, "Hi, Dad," and there's nothing there, so we were like, "Are you okay?" And he said, "Oh, my dad's a monkey." And I'm like, first of all, that's not biologically possible. Second of all, I think you need help.
Yeah. Like,
if you think your father is an ape, I think you need help.
Unless you're saying that like evolution like happened or something, not to get controversial, but like whatever you're saying. I don't know, this kid's like,
I know. And then there's this other story where this dude tried to convince us that he was Jesus.
Alright, okay, tell it, say it, you gotta do it.
Okay, so what happened was he just told us Jesus, and Big Mac hasn't heard this part. So what he said was, "Oh, I can see what all your grandparents are doing in heaven." And I'm like, "My grandparents aren't in heaven, dude. They will be." He said they will be soon, and I legit just
Is that like a threat?
And I'm like, I was about to punch him because I'm like, "Bro, do not insult my family or like that."
That's kind of like a threat, though.
Yeah, I was going to punch him, but then I'm like, no, I'll get in trouble. But then he said, this one kid asked, what is my grandpa doing in heaven? He's like, oh yeah, he should help. And I'm like, what the heck?
What is wrong? My aim is so good.
What? Okay, so that's most of the funny stories. There's this other time we did a skit. It involved a fire extinguisher. It was like a you know how they have like why they have fire safety. You know how they have fire safety classes.
Yeah.
So what ended up happening was this kid dropped the fire extinguisher, and then like they had a really bad one, so it triggered. So like it landed in a position against the wall where it triggered the fire extinguisher, so it would fire the puff stuff, like the stuff that comes out of it, and it got fired all over the counselors and stuff. So anyway, besides that, the skit was cool. But there's this other time where we legit just like saw something we couldn't explain.
Wait, what?
And what happened was like, it was just like, the counselor like tricked us one time by saying the woods surrounding the summer camp was haunted. So they took us into the woods.
Oh,
logical explanation to take 7-year-olds into woods at night.
Oh yeah, that's snake.
But don't worry, they had bear repellent and all this stuff. They had a knife.
I wouldn't.
Don't
be
worry, it was
about
completely
bears.
safe.
I wouldn't be scared about bears if I was in that position.
So what they did, we just like saw something. We just saw the bushes rustling. We thought, oh, it's probably just like a chipmunk because that happens all the time. No, we heard a weird noise. It was like a really weird screech.
Dude,
and we're like, oh, it's probably yeah. So and then we just saw something dart across like the little trail we were following to get to the other area of the campground.
I'd be terrified at the second, like absolutely. I'd be just.
So yeah, that
like,
concludes story time with Tommy. Do you have?
Hello. We kind of had to redo this outro. We were kind of doing it already, but he's a fish now, and he's going into there. No, we're not. Anyway, so thank you for watching.
I have an idea.
Like and subscribe. What? I'm recording, dude. What? Why? What?
Why?
What? What are you doing? What is this?
I'm just loading up a random map.
Is this gonna be like a thing? I'm scared to go in here, but